All right, so this is Kenny Santos out of Toronto, Canada. Whoops, for KennySantos.com. It is Monday, so it's time for another network marketing tip. Do you want to know how to avoid the biggest mistake that causes most network marketers to fail? So, what is this big mistake, and how do you avoid it? Now, before I get into this, and by the way, you know what? In our profession, the failure rate is so high. It's like 90% of network marketers, they either quit within their first 30 days, and then another huge percentage, they quit within their first 90 days. And that percentage, that is just way too high. It's a sad statistic, but it's very real. And what's even more sad is that these people wouldn't quit if they had just avoided this big mistake. And so now, before I get into the content, what I invite you to do is this: I invite you to like, subscribe, share, and comment. It's a super easy way. It's a simple way for you to support my blog and my channel for free. So what is this simple and easy way to to overcome the biggest mistake? So first of all, we got to know what this big mistake is. And the big mistake is something that you've heard before, is that they just don't talk to enough people. And the reason why they don't talk to enough people is because talking to people is kind of painful. They avoid talking to people, which is a shame, because if they could just talk to people, they'd get the results. And if they get results, they're less likely to quit. And so it's not as simple as just saying, well, just talk to more people. You see, people think they're working their business because they're studying. They're studying the comp plan, or they're studying the company product, or they're studying the company founders. And then they're just never finished studying, because when they finish studying everything they need to know about the company, then they start studying about sales, all right? And and if you want to study about sales, you can study forever about sales. There are probably thousands of books on sales, and then when you're finished studying about that, they're studying about personal development. There's never an end to the study, and ultimately, that's what is the biggest downfall, is that people, they study too much. Now, study is important, and you should study every day, but you shouldn't be studying in place of doing the income producing activities, the IPAs, the prospecting, the presenting, the following up, and the closing. You got to be able to do that stuff and make those things a priority before you study. I mean, you should be studying maybe 15 minutes a day, or 25% of your total network marketing hours should be spent on the study part. The rest should be taking action. So how to avoid this is, first of all, realize that the studying doesn't make you any money. And also, just got to know is that you just have to study just enough. Study just enough to get started. And in our profession, what you need to do to get started is to prospect. So study maybe not even a full prospecting course. All you got to know is a what do you call that? A qualifying question, all right? And one of the most famous one, the one I heard from Ray Higdon, is are you at all open to a side project if it didn't interfere with what you're currently doing? Ask that to as many people as you can, and those that say yes, you can take them to the next step. Those that say no, move on to the next part. You don't need to know about the company comp plan to be able to exercise that. You don't need to know about the company product to exercise that. If they start asking questions, then when you say, you know what, love to get you some more information, let me shoot you some, let me send you a video, or come on to a meeting, or whatever the case may be. But all you got to do is just find out if they're open. You find out if enough people are open, then you're done, all right? Then you're going to start making some income, all right? And even if you screw up with those people, eventually, just by taking that action over and over again, you're going to get good at presenting the information and then following up and closing. But you've got to get started, learn just enough to get started. And actually, after this video, if all you'd used was that qualifying question, are you at all open to making to a side project if it didn't interfere with what you're currently doing? Another one that I heard from Todd Falcone, how does it go now? Are you at all open to making any income outside of, and you just name their profession? Are you at all open to making any income outside of being a realtor? Are you at all open to making any income outside of being a nurse? Are you at all open to making some income, some extra income outside of being, a cab driver? Whatever the case may be, that's what you ask them. And, if you want some more prospecting questions, get my free audio. It's called Recruiting Questions That Work. Any number one of those questions is enough to get you started. And that's all you got to do. Learn enough to get you started. And then once you get started, you can keep on going, and then supplement that information by studying 25% of the time. So if you have an hour every single day to work your business, then 45 minutes of that time should be spent prospecting or income producing activities. The other 15 minutes, that's 25% of your time. You can use that for studying, and then that's the studying that will actually move you forward and get you better, and also, of course, the practice that you take by taking the action. So I trust you got some great value out of this. I invite you to like, subscribe, share, and also comment. If you want to see more videos like this, go over to my blog. It's kennysantos.com. Put your name and email in. You're going to get an awesome audio and growing your business. Now remember this, every day, multiple times a day, the universe sends us miracles. We only got to do two things about that. We got to recognize those miracles, and then my favorite part, we got to accept those miracles. All right, take care and create a great day.